Where do I start to get into the music industry?
Where do you start to get into the music industry? See, I got somebody that can answer that question probably way better than me. I got a special guest.
Hello.
My man. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Anthony Hamilton. What's up, Ant?
What's up, Steve?
Hey, man. Yeah. Hey, Aaron, look who I got for you. What's up, Kirk?
What's up, boy? He's bad.
And I want everybody out there to know this. Mentoring matters. Mentoring changes lives.
Mm-hmm.
If you can grab a young man or a young girl, you don't have to be famous, and just plant in their head the things that they have questions about, you can change and redirect a young man's life, a young woman's life.
So let me just have you check your bass and stuff, hear your sounds and everything. I'm gonna go over here and close this door, make sure the sound and everything's working. So just go ahead and start playing, and then I'll be right back.
All right.
Mr. Harvey.
Good. What's your name, man?
My name is David. Nice to meet you.
David, you're Aaron's older brother.
Exactly.
Now, where you all from?
We're from Slovakia.
I go there all the time. Yeah, I go down there on the weekends. And so I go to Slovakia on the weekends, man. You know, I ain't doing that. Like I said, man, slide on over to Slovakia this weekend and eat a little half. Sometimes I just go over there, have dinner, hang out. Aaron, how you doing, man?
Good. And you?
Hey, man, where you learn how to play a bass like that? What?
In home.
In home?
Yeah.
I've been at home a lot. I ain't learned nothing. Hey, man, so, Aaron, how old are you?
I'm 9 years old.
Yeah, he's 9 years old.
9.
Yes.
You was just playing cool in the game. Too hot?
Yes.
The song, Aaron, where you learn that song? Because listen, the words is, at 17, we fell in love. High school sweethearts. Love was so brand new. We took the vows of man and wife forever for life. I remember how we made our way with little places, the times we prayed. Can't imagine that this love is
Oh, yes.
feeling the pain, girl, when you lose. Oh. Aaron, that's my favorite Cool in the Gang jam, man. Boy, you my dude, man. Hey, man, so did you take bass lessons? Did somebody teach you how to play the bass?
Yeah,
My brother.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? So, big brother, let me ask you something. Is Aaron better than you?
Well, I'm not a bass player. I'm a drummer and a music producer, so he's already better like for years now.
Really?
He started when he was 4. Yeah. He started when he was 4 and basically got better than me like in the first 2 weeks.
Wow. So let me ask you something. So what's the connection with me and Aaron? How does Aaron know me?
Actually, it's a very funny story, but when he was like 2 years old, he used to watch every single day this video where you had, let me show you. I'll show you the video.
Okay, I got time.
I'm a fly thing walking through elementary school, so make room for the striggle back street bosser. Cause Bobby's here and it's over. You heard I'm this, I'm that, I'm all of the above in the big body shot. Ride on dubs, I've been seen with the back.
Yeah. So this is the video where he used to watch this little rapper. Yeah, and he used to laugh like because Mr. Harvey made all these faces, so he was like,
Hey, man, that video is really old because that's like when I was hosting Showtime at the Apollo.
Yes, exactly.
I had hair. Yeah, that's how old that video is. Let me tell you something, man. I haven't had hair. This is like 13, almost 14 years when I shaved my head. And Apollo was before that. That's amazing. So he was just really watching the video.
Yeah, really watch. And he used to like dance to it all the time. Like he used to just like hold all the instruments in the house and like act like he's playing to it and stuff. So it was like an everyday video. Like he used to rock out every day.
Man, this is so crazy. So how is it? How is it, Aaron? Do you like living in Slovakia?
He would love to move to the States.
I get it. America got a lot of opportunity. I ain't mad at that. I mean, look, what can I say? This country has afforded me the opportunity to get to where I am. You know, it's a place of opportunity you can capitalize. Has its problems, but what country don't? So, you know, I really like that, man. Hey, man. So let me ask you something, man. You've got a lot of people following you on social media. Lenny Kravitz and Sheila E. follow you on social media, man.
Yeah.
You got 9-year-old. Nobody followed me at 9. The only person who followed me when I was 9 was my dog. That was it, man. You got any questions for me, Aaron? Let me ask you that first.
What would you like to ask?
How do you get that famous, Mr. Harvey?
How do you get famous?
Yeah.
Well, you know, man, getting famous, it's going to have a lot to do with your gift. But I'm going to tell you something, man. It's not really a choice of yours. You can only get famous. You can't make yourself famous. People make you famous. You can want to be a star all you want. Until the people decide you are a star, you don't get to be famous. There are a lot of people who are really, really talented out there, but they just don't have the people who gravitate to them for whatever the reason. It's like some people can really, really sing, but they don't have stage presence. Some people can really, really act, but they don't have the real acting chops. You have God. God has to give you this factor called it. You have to have it. It's called the it factor. It's this thing that's unexplainable, man. It's just like you have to be so talented at something that it compels people to listen to you, to laugh at you, to want to hear from you, to follow you. You have to focus on your craft, whatever it is your gift is, like you're a bassist, right? Your brother's a producer. You have to put the blinders on and focus on that so wholeheartedly that you become an expert at it. Then you have a chance of drawing the people to you where they look for you. Like you got right now Lenny Kravitz and Sheila E. following you, and you're 9. Those people know what it is because they have it. Lenny Kravitz has it. Sheila E. has it. And so they'll gravitate to you. So it's not you that can make yourself famous. You have to be blessed. God gives you this it factor. And like right now, man, if you stay focused, if you stay faithful, if you keep playing the best you can, don't worry about nothing. Just get so good at what it is you do, the people will come. And that's what makes you famous. It's not you. To be famous, millions of people have to be attracted to you. Millions. And like right now, man, that's what you're working on. So if you just keep doing the things you're doing, that's how you get famous. It's not you. You know, you can say you want to be famous, but if don't nobody follow you, man, you got nothing. You feel me? I think you got it though, Aaron. I think you got it. Hey, Aaron, let me ask you a question before I ask you to play something, man. When you play in the bass, do the girls like it?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes. When the girls is clapping. That's what it is. Them girls is clapping. So, hey, Aaron, let me ask you a question. When you go to school, man, if there was one little girl who you like to hear you play, what's her name?
That's a shocking question right here.
That you got to answer to watch this. It's her. What's her name?
Sarah.
Sarah. She said Sarah?
Told you. I told you. I don't care how old they are. It's little, man.
Wow.
Hey, man. Hey, Aaron, you played a song for me. You played a song on YouTube one time. It was by Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
What was the name of it? Was it Love Theory?
Yeah, Love Theory.
Play that for me, man.
Your best chapter. Hallelujah.
How can it be that you love the most unlovable part of me? How could you see your life was the only gift I'll ever need to be free? It's amazing with you. I win even if I lose. Everything's working for my good for always.
Come on.
He said it. He will come through. He won't now, that's not what superheroes do.
Hallelujah.
The way I love makes my heart beat. All I wanna do
Yeah.
is make you proud of me.
Yeah. Hey.
Love nobody but you.
Hey.
Love nobody but you.
Hey, Aaron, look who I got for you.
Nobody, love
Aaron, look.
Yeah.
nobody.
That's hot. That's hot.
What's up, Kirk?
What's up, boy? He's bad.
He's bad. Hey, Aaron, the song Love Theory that was written by my good friend here, that's Kirk Franklin right there.
Wow, good to meet you, Mr. Franklin.
Man, good to meet you. You are awesome.
You gotta say thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you. Wow.
Wow, this is huge.
How did you find this Kirk Franklin song?
Actually, Aaron is a big gospel music fan, so he gravitates to like this kind of music all the time, and he loves all like the records of Mr. Franklin. He's a big Fred Hammond fan, Kim Burrell, and the other people. So yeah.
Hey, Kirk.
Yes.
This dude is 9 years old, lives in Slovakia.
Yes.
Into your music, man.
As I saw his video, when he posted his video, people were sending it to me like all week. That week, the first he posted his video playing, and we were going bananas because we were like, who is this little white boy that's killing this gospel song? So it's just super dope, man. I am a fan. This is crazy.
What would you say to him, Kirk, as a fan of gospel music and just a great bassist that he is?
Man, I would say to him is that God made him special, and God's heart for him is so big that he hasn't even seen all the great things that life is going to give him, because he's here for a purpose. And to never forget that his purpose is great because God gave him purpose.
Wow.
Man.
Thank you. Thank you for the words.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, man, like it's so cold because like Kirk, he was playing my favorite Kool and the Gang song, Too Hot. Woo! And then he jumped into the gospel music, man, which just shows you how music transcends all cultures.
Yes.
This is a 9-year-old kid from Slovakia. I don't even know where that is. I told him I'd go over there on weekends sometime just to give me some fried chicken or something, but I couldn't. Man, this little dude.
Steve, you ain't done no shit.
Welcome.
No, I ain't been to Slovakia, man. I don't really know. I don't know no Slovakian humor. But this is great, man. Because
definitely got some fried chicken.
Yeah. That's where I'm coming from. Listen, Kirk has always been, for me, man, just a friend. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've called Kirk Franklin when I was up against the wall, or when he would pick up the phone, he knew I was going through something. So for him to join this is like, it's just what he does, man. He just has a heart like that. And for you, little Aaron, to affect two black men across the ocean.
Yes.
And to touch the hearts of Sheila E. and Lenny Kravitz.
Yes.
Kirk is right, man. God has a special purpose for you, man, and congratulations.
Yes.
So when you come to the U.S.,
yes,
you got to look up me and Kirk so we can do something with you.
Yeah, that'd be
a little bit more, Steve. I want a little bit more. Give me a little bit more.
A little bit more, yeah.
Your best chapter. Hallelujah.
How can it be that you love the most unlovable part of me? How could you see? Your life was the only gift I'll ever need to be free. It's amazing what you I win. Everything's working for me.
Yeah.
I like the way he stick his tongue out. He got that little Michael Jordan thing going.
No, he bad.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron.
Thank you.
We love you, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Kirk Franklin. I love you too, boy. Appreciate you doing this, man.
Anytime, King.
That Mentoring Mondays is wild. We got the best of the best. Ladies and gentlemen, clap it up for Kirk Franklin in the building. Thank you, Kirk. Oh, man. Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. So listen, man, we got to do something. We got to get you over here to the States some kind of way so we can do something together and make something happen with your brother. He's obviously put a lot of time into you, man. He's taking care of his little brother. He know you got this gift. Kirk Franklin know you gifted. Maybe we arrange something, man. You go out, jump up on stage with Kirk Franklin or something like that.
Wow,
You know?
that'd be awesome, right?
So, hey, man, stick around right there because I got something for you. So hang on. Let me. This is Mentoring Mondays, man, and we got boys from all over the place, man. I want to go to a guy that has been at my mentoring camp before. His name is Kendall McGee. Is Kendall there?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Harvey?
Hey, what's up, Kendall? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, man. Now, listen to me, Kendall. Kendall, when did we meet, man?
I was 13. I'm 25 now, so dang, 12. Dang, ain't going on 12 years.
13, man. We've been knowing each other a long time. And
Man, yes, sir.
we met at the camp.
Mm-hmm.
You were off to a little rough start at the camp.
Say the least.
You and that boy Chicago was going at it constantly
Yes,
at the camp. But I ran up into you again after the camp was over on the set of Family Feud with your mom. Tell me what happened.
So during the camp, I had dreads, and I remember several times, you offered to give me things to cut my hair, different stipulations to cut my hair, and I wouldn't cut it. I was trying to serve a purpose and things like that. So I went to the Family Feud. I remember it was on a Tuesday. I went to the Family Feud, and during the commercial break, you come out and ask questions to the audience and things like that. So you recognized me in the studio audience, me and my mother's, and I still had the dreads. So the fact that we had a whole studio audience and you recognized me as the whole studio audience, and then amongst all the people that you've met over the years, I knew that it was meant to be. So the very next day on Wednesday, I went and cut my hair. On the Thursday, I came back to the Family Feud with my haircut. I remember that day you had me on stage and everything.
Yeah, you had asked me, could you be a junior counselor?
Yes,
and
sir.
one of the things was I asked him what he wanted to do with his life. And he told me he wanted to be an engineer. And I said, what I want you to do, I want you to Google all the engineers you know. Now, this was a while back, man. I have nothing against dreads, so don't get me wrong, man. I think it's absolutely wonderful hairstyle. But I said, I want you to Google pictures of engineers. And if any of them look like that, then keep your hair. But if you're trying to go somewhere, you got to prepare yourself for where you're trying to go. And it's not a knock on dreads, everybody. It's just that when he was trying to get into a specific field, you got to think years ago, man, dreads have become far more acceptable now. But years ago, not so much. And so I asked him to consider that. And he came back the next day.
Yeah, no, 2 days later, it was a Tuesday. I came back on Thursday.
Came back on
got
Thursday.
my haircut on Wednesday.
And I turned him into a junior counselor at my mentoring camp. And Kendall has been at my camp every single year since he was 13. He comes every year and he mentors young boys. So Kendall, tell me what you're doing right now. You're 25 now.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So since I've been in the camp, we had a rocky start, like you said, for the most part. But since then, you awarded me a scholarship to go to North Carolina A&T. I finally graduated from North Carolina A&T as of 2018 with my mechanical engineering degree, and now I'm working for a civil engineering firm back in Atlanta.
Oh, you're an engineer?
Something like that.
You're an engineer with a haircut. Oh.
Something like that.
Yeah, man, it was just a little foresight. Like I said, I got nothing against dreads, man, but back then, it just wasn't as prevalent and as acceptable as it is today. And I saw this young man wanting something so badly that he would cut his hair to accomplish it. And now, years later, he's graduated and he is now an engineer. I mean, look,
I would never been in college if it wasn't for you, Mr. Harvey.
Well, brother, you wouldn't have been in college if it wasn't for God. See, God heard you in your mother's prayers. He just used me as a piece of pipe, a piece of conduit. And I was just, I'm open enough. I try to be open enough to just see what God telling me to do. That's how. And when guys like you show back up, man, that has turned out to be the men that you are today, I'm just so proud. But let me tell you something. I learned something.
Yes, sir.
You have some hidden talents that I knew nothing about, man. How many instruments you play?
5 right now. I play bass, piano, drums, organ, and I'm learning the saxophone also. So that saxophone is going to be my 5th instrument.
I didn't even know this, man.
Yes, sir.
You got that from me.
I should have showed you a while ago. I apologize.
So what do you want to do with that, the music side of you?
So I still want to, I'm still trying to keep that music prevalent in my life. I wanted engineering to be my career field, but music has always been my passion. It's always been my love. I've always had a love for music, from the music that Kirk Franklin plays to all different genres, from R&B, hip hop. That's why I think I learned so many different instruments, because I like switching from different genres and different styles of music. So different instruments sound different, in different music, of course. So yeah, I just want to keep that prevalent to me. I play them. I have a home church in Atlanta, down in South Atlanta, not too far from the airport. So I have a church. I play at that church every single Sunday. So regardless of what else I do with music, my music is always going to be to give God glory, regardless of what else I do.
Wow. So how would you say? How would you say that the camp has had an impact on your life?
It's immensely. From the people that you put into my life. The very same year that I went to the camp, I got awarded an internship. I was still in high school. I got awarded a paid internship back in Atlanta, from you giving me a scholarship, from all the mentors that you put in place to me. I didn't have a father growing up. I met my father since we've been at the camp, and me and him are working on our relationship. But before then, I didn't have a father figure. I didn't have a male role model. You saw it was just me and my mother and then my grandmother. So just having those other men that are in your life, having those other men that really care for you, really reach out to you, and they don't even know your name. The fact that you reached out to me and you didn't even know me, you'd never met me before, but you loved me, you cared on me. Everybody in your family welcomed us with open arms. The year I went, we had 100 boys, and you loved every single one of us like we were your own. So I don't know, the camp just felt home. For me, it was a life-changing experience, definitely. From every single year, I see the change in all the guys and all the boys that we bring in, how we mold it from boys to young men by that Sunday. So I don't know, the camp has just meant immensely, it's changed me immensely in my life. Every single year it still does. I still learn every single year, even though I'm a counselor, I still learn from the camp every single year.
And man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming in and just sharing your experiences, because it means so much to the younger boys that's 15, 18, when they meet a young guy that's in their 20s, which is the next level they're trying to get to. And you're able to share and talk directly to them. I mean, you know how many boys you've straightened out for me? You said, hey, Mr. Harvey, hold on, let me go talk to him. Because we have a lot of problem youth at these camps. We have some cats coming there, man, with some real attitudes, man, that come from real undisciplined backgrounds. And, they come in with some notions of how they're going to run things. And I need young people like Kendall and other young people that come in and say, hold on, Mr. Harvey, let me talk to him. Yo, my man, come here. You're gonna blow this opportunity, and I really appreciate that. If you wanted to ask me anything, Kendall, what would you ask me?
So we've known each other since we were 14, since I was 13, going on 14, and you've changed my life immensely, from putting all the mentors in place to awarding me a scholarship to go to college. I just want to know what drives you, what motivates you to, just to care about people like me, like people that nobody cared about, nobody knew before. It just a person of your caliber, your standards, to care about a person like me.
Wow. I think what it is, man, and I say this without getting emotional, see, when I see y'all, I see me. I see a young me. Now, I had a father, but man, I wanted to be something so badly. I just didn't have any idea. Nobody was teaching me the principles of success. My father was teaching me hard work, and I thank God for that. And my mother was teaching me faith, but I wanted something. I wanted to be something special in life. I just had this burning thing in me. I didn't want to be ordinary. And when I meet a lot of y'all, I see that in so many of y'all that you want to do something different with your life. You want to reach another level in your life. And when I see y'all, I see me. And I wanted so badly to get it right. I was trying so hard to figure it out. When my dad died, when I was 43, at the funeral, I realized when I was looking at him, I said, man, if it wasn't for this dude right here, I'm not here today. Because this dude kept me on the straight and narrow. I mean, he was on me, man. Even when I got off track, when I got in trouble, and I got in trouble, he came down there and got me back on the right track. And so I said, man, what happens to young men who don't have father figures? I needed that dude, man. And so I decided to let me get as many of my friends as I could together to reach out to these young boys and give them some inspiration. And people like you have proven it to be right. That a dude says so many years ago, I want to be an engineer, and today he's an engineer. It's like that little dude playing the bass guitar. He watching a clip of me on the Apollo of a little black guy, just watching it and watching it. And now all of a sudden, he on the screen with Steve Harvey, the guy he been watching, playing a Kirk Franklin song, and then I bring Kirk Franklin to him. That's what it is, man. That's what matters, man. I appreciate you, Kendall. Hang on one second. I got a little bit more to do. I love you, man.
Yes, sir.
My dude.
I love you more.
I know, boy. I know you do. Hey, listen, we got another little buddy on the line. Where's Otis Journey?
I'm here, sir.
Hey, Otis, how old are you, man?
I'm 19, sir.
Oh, 19. Oh, that's good, man. What are you doing right now?
I'm in college. I go to Atlanta Tech University, and my major is IT. So I work.
Wait a minute, man. Have I met you?
I was at your camp. I was one of your mentors.
Oh, you didn't get the haircut memo. Okay, you got through. That's cool, man. So, hey, man, you went to the camp. How did the camp have an effect on you, Otis?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When I first got there, I was kind of very angry. I felt like I was targeted because I didn't feel like I was one of those troubled children. I always felt like I was a leader rather than a follower because I wasn't the type of kid to grow up and get into trouble and follow other people and join gangs and stuff. So when my mom sent me there, she was just like, there's something in this program. It's a reason why you're here. A lot of people want to get into this program, but you got selected out of all of these people. So you must be here for a reason. So one of my mother's friends that got me into the program, she came and she talked to me. She was like, just go. So I went. I remember falling asleep on the bus. Y'all came on there with the drill sergeants and stuff, and everybody yelling, and you dapping me up saying, hey, how you doing? Firm handshake, being as genuine as possible. And I was just like, I didn't want to be there because I didn't feel like this was my purpose. I felt like I was a leader, not a follower. I felt like I could help people. So 2 days in, I told him I wanted to leave. I went up to the
yeah, I remember this. Yeah,
the house at the top of the ranch, and I was like, I told him I wanted to leave, and I called my mom and everything, and she was actually at the gate. Before I could leave, somebody said, hold on a second. And I got on the phone with Anthony Hamilton. And Anthony Hamilton told me, like, you can't give up because it's a reason why you're here, you know. And then from then on, they made me a mentor because I told them I have a bigger purpose. I wanted to be the leader. I wanted to talk to the kids. So I became a mentor within 2 days of being there. And from then on, his life has been great.
Yeah, because what we try to impress upon the young men that come to the camp is if you want to be a leader, we have leaders at the camp. I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. But in order to be a great leader, you have to be a great servant. You cannot be a great leader without being a great servant. What made Barack Obama a great president was because he was a great servant in Chicago. He served people. What made Martin Luther King a great leader was he served people. What made Gandhi great, Gandhi served people. What made Mother Teresa great, she served people. See, it's the service part of your life that draws people to you where they'll follow you. They're not going to follow you if you don't provide a service for them, if you're not in the uplift business. So you had it right to want to be a leader, but you had to grasp the concept of it. And when the brother told you can't ever give up, that's the part of it, because you gotta stay with it, man. You gotta stay with this thing, because the turn that's gonna happen in your life, you don't ever know where it is. And this camp has become the turning point for so many young men. I mean, it's gratifying, it's heartwarming to me, man, when I see guys like you again. Like, I meet guys been in the program, they sergeants in the military now. They are police officers, they're school teachers, they're lawyers, they're pastors. I mean, man, we got some real leaders came out of the camp, and you on your way, man. Any question for me?
Where do I start to get into the music industry?
Where do you start to get into the music industry? See, Kendall plays 5 instruments. I didn't even know about that. Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
He plays 5 instruments. We got Aaron over in Slovenia. I don't even. He over there. He into music. So this is like a music show. But I got somebody that can answer that question probably way better than me. I got a special guest.
Hello.
My man. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, one of the top R&B singers of our time, with a voice that sounds like chicken when it's fried. Soulful. The one and only Anthony Hamilton. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, you
Hey,
called
brother,
this
how y'all
little
doing?
dude right here. Otis, you called
What's up, Otis?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. What's up, Steve?
Hey, man.
I love what you're doing. I love it.
Man, I love that so many of y'all want to help me with this, man, because that's what it takes, a village, man. You've always been that brother for me, man, that I can call. You've come to all my events, the Hoodie Awards, Sand and Soul. You done been out the country with me. So
Yeah.
I knew getting you, man, was going to be like the charm. So Otis is here. He has a music question for you. Go ahead, Otis. Ask Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Where do I start to get into the music industry?
What aspect of the music industry are you interested in? First, have a plan.
My aspiration is to be an R&B singer just like you, sir.
Be a singer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first thing, you have to let somebody hear you. You have to start creating music and let people hear your voice and expose that. And once you expose that gift, somebody else will help you expose it. And next thing you know, a lot of people will know about it. And then your gift will make room for you. You know, if I hadn't sang that first time in the first talent show or school or whatever, and nobody knew it, nobody would have encouraged me to keep going. Or nobody would have told me, hey, you got a really nice gift. I'll let so-and-so hear you. And then next thing you know, somebody hooked me up to a guy who brought me from North Carolina up to New York, and I got my first record deal with Andre Harrell at Uptown MTA. So it's all about exposing your gift. You know, sometimes you may not know what to do with your gift right away, but somebody else can hear a gift and they'll know how to place you and where to place you and give you critique that'll make you better. So first expose yourself and let people know you have this gift.
How were you, man, when you thought about making this a business for yourself?
How old was I?
Yeah.
You know what? I love music from the womb. But when I got 14, 15, I wrote my first song. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this. I want to be, I used to say, I want to be famous. I'm going to be famous for singing. And I didn't know at the time that it was a business. I just thought it was just music.
Yeah.
So I think after my first record deal, back in '93, I was like, you know what? You can either sing or you can sing and make this a business. And so I started learning the difference. You know what I mean? Some people are just singing and they're just singing and ain't doing nothing with it to help create wealth or anything for their family. So I think back in '93, I was probably 22, 23 years old when I really started looking at it like, okay, this is a business.
So you didn't think that until after you got your first record deal?
I didn't know any different. I just knew it was just music, and I knew I was going to sing and I probably would get paid. But in terms of thinking like a business, no, I didn't know it. I hadn't been exposed to that type of music business, or I hadn't had the exposure to that side of the business to know that it was more than just music.
Wow. See, I think that's probably the best way to look at it, because when you talk to somebody that's in the business, what you said was something I hadn't thought of. You may have this tremendous talent and not know what to do, but if the right person sees it, they may know exactly what to do with it, because they're in the music business, you know. So I like that. So this is what I'm gonna do. Hey, Otis, I talked to Anthony about this already. So I think what we're gonna do is Anthony is gonna extend to you to come and hang out with him in the studio.
Come on in. You ready?
Boy.
Would you like that?
Yeah, I love it.
You can hear some of that cornbread and collard green right up front.
Boy. And hey, Kendall, we might get you in with some of these instruments and see what you can do. And if Aaron come to the States,
oh my God,
boy, hey, you hear that, boy? You hear this bass?
Man, you's a bass player. Good God Almighty, Aaron. Look, I sent a clip of your video to my bass player. I said, "Boy, you better watch out." He had seen you before. He had already seen you before, and he was like, "This guy's cold." He said, "I've been watching him for some time now."
Really?
And he's incredible. Yeah.
So you saw his video too?
Yes. Yeah, and my bass player had seen it. I sent it to him. He was like, "Oh yeah, this cat is cold. I've seen him already." Are you familiar with Pino Palladino?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to tour with D'Angelo, and Pino Palladino was the bass player for him. I know all those cats.
Yeah, he's a huge D'Angelo fan. Like D'Angelo, actually, the first song he learned to play when he was 4 was "How Does It Feel" by D'Angelo.
How does it feel? How does it feel? Yeah, I was on that tour. I sang. We traveled the world. Brazil, all over Europe. We were in Europe for a month on a tour bus, and that's how I learned. Getting back to what you were saying, you didn't feel like you wanted to be a follower. Well, I was being a background singer. Pretty much, you're not really a follower, but you are a follower. But I learned so much being back there that when I came to the front, I was ready then, because I had already seen the machine working. I saw things working. So sometimes you want to be in front of the car and not know where you're going and don't know how to steer it. Man. But if you sit in the back seat and watch mommy, daddy, or whoever's training you up, or whoever's leading the way, you'll get something out of that. So always be able to serve, or to be open to learn and to take a back seat, because all the greats have learned from somebody else. So it's not to put you down or let you down or keep you from, being great. It's just sometimes God puts you in a place, you have to simmer you in them juices first.
Yeah. And
then when you all stewed up and ready, he'll serve the world you. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's great advice, man, because so many young people, they want to be leaders. And like you said, you were a background singer for years.
And loved it.
Bro, Luther Vandross was a background singer. Ooh. All he sang was jingles.
Wow.
This dude had the greatest voice to ever come out of a man's body. And this dude was a background singer, man. And that's how a lot of them start, Otis. So I think that's a great piece of lesson for you. So listen, man, you were part of my Mentoring Mondays, but your single dropped on Friday. You got a new single. I can't wait for people to hear this. You doing a duet, man?
You know, I had to look. I went back and got one of the greats, Rick James, man, and it was a no-brainer. Being a fan of Super Freak and Fire and Desire and Ebony Eyes and all that stuff. It was just time.
How did that come about, man? You had to get some type of collaboration going. So how did it come about?
Well, Ninth Wonder, who produced it, who's worked with Drake, Jay-Z, and all these greats, he started playing his music, and I was like, is that? I heard Rick James say, wow, everything's tasty. And then I was like, okay. I started singing, it was a love from the start. I knew you never. And Rick James said, you care so much for giving you my heart. And so I went into my chest voice, and from that point, I started writing the song in a way where Rick James could come in and finish the sentence and just use his voice as it was just magic.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
Man, that single is out. It came out Friday, so people can get it now.
Get it. Please get it.
Back Together.
Back Together, featuring Rick James. And I'm on my own label now, so I feel really, really good. Yeah,
really?
My music box with BMG, so it's gonna be a different run this time.
Oh, you free now?
I'm free. It's free, Steve.
Why not, man? You doing all the work.
Man, I've been whooping the horses, man, and pulling the horses and all that. So now it's time for me to ride on the horses.
Hey, so listen, everybody, you can go to Apple Music, you can go to iTunes. The song is called Back Together. It's Anthony Hamilton and Rick James, man. I bet that thing going, oof.
Ooh.
I'm a fan of both of y'all's, man.
Thank you, man. It's like a step. It's almost like the best of me, but it got a little more to it. It's got a thing to it. Yeah. So you're going to dance. It's a dancer.
All right, man. We're looking forward to hearing it. Otis, we're going to hook you up with Anthony. He's going to have you come hanging out in the studio. Kendall might bring his instruments over there and sit in with the great Anthony Hamilton. Also, Kendall, I want you to come back to where we met at Family Feud, man, and see what we can put together and talk about your dreams and where you're going. And I want to thank all of you today for joining us. And I want to thank our partners, man, because we got some great partners. I want to thank the folks at Chick-fil-A for the use of their ranch, for all of their support with their great foundation. And we don't thank our partners at Coca-Cola, who has always been in my life at some capacity, doing things, and also Advancing Black Pathways, who helped make a lot of this happen and a lot of big things out there. And also, I want to thank Wells Fargo, because we're excited about what we're going to be doing with these kids in financial literacy with Wells Fargo. So we're taking these boys, Anthony, these young men, and we're teaching them all the angles of leadership, of business, of financial literacy and everything. I want to thank all of you all for hanging out with me again on another great Monday of Mentoring Monday. Is starting to catch on. I want to thank Kirk Franklin for stopping in and helping me out. Anthony Hamilton for stopping in and helping me out. And remember something, man. I want everybody out there to know this. Mentoring matters. Mentoring changes lives. If you can grab a young man or a young girl, you don't have to be famous, and just plant in their head the things that they have questions about, you can change and redirect a young man's life, a young woman's life, man. Mentoring matters, man. And I'm just so grateful, man, that God has enabled me to have such great friends like Kirk and Anthony Hamilton, Ray Lewis, Leroyce Hawkins from Chicago PD that came on and helped us out, frat brother of mine. I just want to thank everybody, man. Anthony, man, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Steve. Always a pleasure, man.
I appreciate it. I love you, soldier.
I love you too, brother.
I love y'all, man. Otis, Kendall, Aaron, thank you all for joining us on another tremendous Mentoring Mondays. Aaron, I can't wait to meet you, man, with your bad self. All right, y'all, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out.